watching BTV.
InMed is a biopharmaceutical company with a bit of a twist. Apart from their promising R&D pipeline, they're also developing a potentially game-changing technology to manufacture all the 90-plus components of cannabis, or cannabinoids, not just the common THC or CBD. That's one of the problems they're working to solve. Extracting these more rare cannabinoids from cannabis can't possibly provide anywhere near sufficient amounts for medication. But as CEO Eric Adams explains, InMed has a solution: biosynthesis.
Biosynthesis has been used for several decades in the pharmaceutical industry to manufacture a number of different types of compounds. The most common one that most people know about is insulin. All of the insulin in the world today is biosynthesized.
Edison Director of Healthcare Research for North America, Maxim Jacobs, has looked very closely at this convergence of biosynthesis and cannabis.
InMed has a lot of potential. They're working on a biosynthesis process for cannabinoids, which can really revolutionize the way that we manufacture cannabinoids. It's much more efficient potentially than the old-fashioned way, which is growing the plant itself. That takes a lot of time. There could be a lot of impurities. You don't really know what you're going to get. With a biosynthesis process, you could have a product that's inexpensive to make and of high quality. The market they're addressing is growing quite strongly.
Of all of the pharmaceutical products derived from ingredients originally found in a variety of plants, only one of those plants has ever raised any eyebrows. InMed is convinced those days are over for cannabis.
When you hear the term cannabis, that's making reference to the plant. So if you hear of someone being a cannabis company, that means that they are growing and operating and cultivating and selling the plant itself. We don't do that. We focus on the individual drugs that can be identified or isolated from the plant, but we take those and we turn those into prescription-based pharmaceutical products.
A lot of the stigma of cannabinoids is gone. We saw GW Pharmaceuticals get approval for Epidiolex, which is based on CBD. They were able to get it rescheduled by the DEA from Schedule 1, which basically says you're not allowed to have it, to Schedule 5, which has very few restrictions.
InMed is exploring the therapeutic potential of many different cannabinoids, except one.
Our company, we don't use any THC. We don't think there's a need to do that. Wherever THC is active in the human body, we have found other cannabinoids that are equally as active but don't have any psychoactive properties. So we intend to use those rather than using THC.
It's the company's two enabling technologies that will ultimately unlock the ability of cannabis to provide a multitude of new treatments. The biosynthesis platform is the enabling technology that will manufacture the products. But that's only one piece of the puzzle.
The second enabling technology is called bioinformatics, and what we do is we use in silico or computer algorithms combined with our own know-how to try to identify and predict which cannabinoids are going to have what kind of effects in the human body. And that leads us to very quickly identify the lead candidates for further development in our pipeline.
InMed has 3 drug candidates in the pipeline: an eye drop for glaucoma, a topical cream for oral facial pain, and their lead development program, INM-750.
INM-750 is a 2-cannabinoid product, which is a topical cream for the treatment of a very bad genetic skin disorder called epidermolysis bullosa. We are currently in the later stages of the toxicology studies that need to be conducted prior to entering human clinical trials. Our game plan right now is to seek permission to enter human clinical trials early in the second half of 2019 and to conduct our first phase 1 human clinical trials before the end of 2019. It's going to move us from being a preclinical stage biotech company into being a clinical stage, and that's a very significant milestone in our industry.
Drug development takes time, and Eric Adams is well aware that time isn't free.
The company has been very successful in fundraising over the last couple of years. Currently we have about $26 million Canadian in the bank. That gives us a runway of over 2 years to develop our programs and move those forward. What really attracted me to the opportunity here at InMed was first and foremost the technology. It's rare to find a company that is at this early stage that has such a broad reach of technology, enabling technology, that's going to make a real difference in the pharmaceutical world.
As InMed Pharmaceuticals brings new cannabinoid-based medicines to the marketplace, it appears that even a plant can experience a paradigm shift.